Now I want to start with one sum on share capital transactions. Observe the sum on the screen. I read the sum for you. A limited company issued 80,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of rupees 30 per share. Amount called up per share was as under. Rupees 18 on application, which includes premium rupees 15. So 18 rupees demanded with application that includes premium element 15 rupees. So capital element is rupees 3. 19 on allotment includes premium rupees 15. So amount demanded with allotment 19. Security premium element therein is 15. So capital element is 4. 3 on final call, that is capital element. All sums due were duly received except money due on allotment and final call on 1,000 shares held by Adil. Now Adil is one shareholder who was allotted 1,000 shares, has not paid allotment and final call. After carrying out necessary formalities, company forfeited Adil's share. Shares are forfeited. These shares were reissued to Rustam at 10% premium as fully paid up. Now see, shares are forfeited. At the time of forfeiture, whatever the capital that has been received is now not refundable, so it's a capital income, forfeiture income of the company that gets credited to share forfeiture account. At the time of reissue, if any discount is granted, that discount has to be given out of that forfeiture income. In this, some shares are reissued at premium. No reissue discount has been granted. So out of forfeiture income, nothing is applied for reissue discount. So entire forfeiture income gets transferred to capital reserve. That's an important point that one should understand because the shares are reissued at premium. Write journal entries for the above transactions. Let me work out the working first of all. Company has issued 80,000 shares. How many applications are received that is not given to us? So we presume that we have received applications that we wanted to have. So 80,000 applications have been received. Shares issued 80,000, applications received 80,000. This is the presumption. Because we have received the amount due as we needed. So here the application received and the shares allotted are same in numbers, so there is no refund. Now amount received with application, 3 is the capital element and 15 is the security premium. With allotment 19, 4 is the capital element and 15 is the security premium. Demanded with final call 3 rupees. Now 80,000 into 3. This is the amount received with application. This is the amount received with application, which is a premium element. Refund is nil because no share applications have been rejected. This amount is transferred to share capital account and this amount gets transferred to security premium account. So application money received at the rate of 18 per share on 18,000 shares. Capital element gets credited to share capital account and premium element gets credited to security premium account. Now capital due on allotment, security premium due on allotment, capital due on final call. This is the amount that gets due on allotment being demanded and on final call being demanded. Now one of the shareholder Adil, who was given 1,000 shares, has not paid allotment. So he has not paid 4 capital demanded Capital demanded with allotment has not been paid by Adil. Security premium at the rate of 15. This security premium has also not been received. Remember, security premium not received is debited to security premium account in forfeiture entry. Notice it. Now, this is the final call not received. Now the shares are forfeited. What is the amount received? Let us work it out for allotment and final call. This is the total amount received against allotment dues. This is the amount received against final call dues. Now let us start with the entries. Bank account debit. The same amount you can arrive at by multiplying 80,000 into 18. 3 plus 15, 18. 18 into 80,000, that's application money received. Bank account debit to share application account credit. Out of this application money transferred to capital account. 2,40,000 has been transferred to share capital account. And this amount has been transferred to security premium account. This is how application entries are recorded. Now amount due with allotment on 80,000 shares into 19 rupees per share. That comes out to 15,20,000. So share allotment account debit 15,20,000 to share capital account for the capital that is demanded, and security premium account gets credited for the security premium demanded. So to share capital account credit to security premium account. Notice that security premium account has been credited on due basis, and when it has been credited on due basis, at the time of forfeiture, if this premium is not received, and on forfeiture this due basis security premium is not recoverable, security premium account gets debited in forfeiture entry. This I deliberately repeat often and again to see that you are quite clear with the concepts. This is the amount received, bank account debit to equity share allotment account credit. Now 19,000 rupees has not been received. That stands as a debit balance in share allotment account. So allotment account is debited with 15,20,000 and credited with 15,01,000. So there's a debit balance in share allotment account 19,000. That is the amount recoverable because Adil has not paid on 1,000 shares allotment due. If he pays in future, fine. If he doesn't pay, then we are required to forfeit the shares. When we forfeit the shares, the share allotment account debit balance has to be squared, has to be nullified. So share allotment account gets credited with 19,000 when we shall write the forfeiture entry. Now final call. Equity share final call account debit 80,000 into 3. To share capital account credit, bank account debit 2,37,000. To share final call account credit 2,37,000. Now final call account is debited with 240 and credited with 237. So final call account has a debit balance for amount not received 3,000. That debit balance of final call account, that is the amount not received, will not be recovered any time in future if these shares are forfeited. So at the time of forfeiture, this amount gets not recoverable forever. So that debit balance should be squared off, should be nullified. So share first final call account has to be credited with this 3,000 rupees at the time of forfeiture entry. Now I want to write down the forfeiture entry. For that I work out the capital received on share forfeited shares. This is the premium received on forfeited shares. If the premium has already been received on shares forfeited, it has no role to play in share forfeiture entry. Premium received is not considered in forfeiture entry, so let me remove it. See, I can remove it here before you on the screen, but you have to remove that from your mind that it is not considered in forfeiture entry. Now what is the called up capital? 1,000 into 4 plus 3 plus 3, 10. share capital account debit. Security premium not received. If the security premium has not been received and it was credited to security premium account on due basis, so security premium not received has to be debited. So security premium account debit 15,000. To capital already received 3,000, that is credited to share forfeiture account. This is allotment due not received 19,000, that stands as a debit balance in share allotment account that I have explained to you while writing the entries for allotment. So share allotment account is credited with 19,000, and same way share final call account is a debit balance of 3,000 that I have explained to you while writing the entries for final call, that gets credited to share final call account 3,000. This is how forfeiture entry gets recorded. Now all these shares are reissued at a premium, that is 10% premium. So no reissue discount has been granted. So out of this capital received forfeiture income 3,000, no reissue discount has been granted. So this 3,000 will be transferred to capital reserve. Now shares are issued at a premium of 10%, 11 rupees. 10 into 10%, 1 is the premium. Amount received, bank account debit. To equity share capital account credit, that is called up capital, that was cancelled, that gets credited. To security premium account credit, 1,000 rupees. Now out of this forfeiture income 3,000, no reissue discount has been granted. So entire capital received, entire balance of share forfeiture account gets transferred to capital reserve account. Share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account credit. This is how entries are recorded. The total of all 9 entries will be this much. Now if you want to see all the 9 entries with narration, just observe on the screen. Before that I will just observe on the screen. These are all the 9 entries that I have recorded. This is the total. Here you can observe the narration that students should write in examination. I think you must have followed this sum. Thanks to all of you.